Hi everyone, this is Jimothy from MasterStack. Today we have another review, another deal at AppSumo, live right now, but just for a couple of hours, as you can see the timer here. However, even if it's just a few hours, this deal has been here already. I missed it, but I've been kicking myself for missing it because it seems awesome. So I'm really happy it's back here, and we'll have our usual preview, check what Fleeq does, and then we will proceed with a review as well, because I can't wait to start using it, and hopefully it will be as good as I think it's going to be. So let's begin by saying Fleeq is a tool that allows us to easily create videos that are aimed to explain things. It has a voiceover text to speech, so we can write our own text. We could use our own audio if we wanted to, and we can do that with slides. So we prepare screenshots and we can zoom in where we need to show what we need to show. It makes it really easy, and you can translate it to different languages. You can link it, you can embed it, and that means there are a lot of possibilities, and it's perfect for quick tutorials and quick explanations about anything. As we can see, it does have a lot of review from the past deal, and people are very happy it's back, especially those like me that missed it previously. It's the same deal that was here before. So let's just get a better look at what we can do. We can probably look at the features here in their own website. So we have knowledge base available, and a Fleeq bar we can embed on our website as well. So we could search for anything. We have an easy way to translate it to different languages. We have a dashboard with statistics. Could also build online courses. I could easily see a training course. So you have a new employee that goes through the training, goes to the course to explain your systems, to explain how the company works. You can have a portal with many different wikis and courses, which can be many Fleeqs, one after the other. You can have private Fleeqs and also wikis, so that only a few people could see them. All the Fleeqs are within their own portal, so whenever we update a Fleeq, the same link that we gave before would have the updated version of it. We could, of course, export it if we want to keep it offline. So we have a video, GIF, and MP4 availability. We had a CTA if we want to have a call to action within the video itself. And overall, I can already think of many use cases, as I think many others have to explain things over and over sometimes to different people, to different groups, and it would make my life so much easier to just do it once here and refer to it whenever I have to explain something. I can just send them the Fleeq, and I can keep it updated over time. That sounds very useful to me. Let's look at the presentation. There is one weird note here. The Facebook page doesn't exist. Now I would have to log in, but it's not here. And the Twitter profile is not here as well. So I'm not sure about that, why it's this way. And on their own website, I do not see anything telling me about something new, something changed, something happening. It says the people that use it, but I don't see anything telling me about the news, about how the product has changed so far this year, whether there is anything new. It's a bit weird, but that doesn't necessarily mean that anything is wrong. It just might be that they're not focused on PR and marketing, and that's okay. Now, about the documentation and roadmap, there isn't any available. I can't even see past updates. There is nothing that tells me what changed in the past year or so and what's going to happen in the upcoming year. I don't know. But the documentation is very good, and it seems like it's the same sort of documentation you could have with Fleeq itself. This knowledge base seems exactly what you would do with Fleeq itself. And there are a lot of things, and there are explanations for most of the features. So this is very good, and I'm really happy to have it around for when I'm going to have to use it. As far as the reviews go, it's very good, and the developer is very communicative. The fact that they're not talking much on their website doesn't mean they're not around. As we can see on this comment, since the last deal, they've added wiki, learners, better downloads, and much more, it says. I'm not sure what the much more is. Nonetheless, it seems like it's been around for a while. They do say they have really big companies that use them, and I can see why. Now let's go to the pricing to see what the AppSumo offer is and what their own pricing goes for. As far as Fleeq goes, you have a 2 weeks trial for free. You don't even need to put your credit card. And that's it. We don't have public prices here. It says if you're a startup or freelancer, they will try to accommodate you, but there is no pricing here. And if you're an enterprise, you're going to have your custom pricing. It says a monthly cost of a movie ticket, so I would guess $10. I don't know. But it feels it's not too expensive. I suppose you would have some limitations. As far as enterprise, of course, you get the whole package, and that's just all of Fleeq's features are listed here, basically. And now, what do we get on our deal? The AppSumo deal gets the enterprise plan, so their highest plan, the enterprise. So we get all the features at 3 users. And that's it. We have 1 stack available, $99. You get white label, all the features. And from what I understand, each team can have a different CNAME, which means you have unlimited teams as part of the enterprise plan. And you can treat that as a branding. So you can have unlimited branding, unlimited white labeling, and everything will have your branding on the viewer side. That's a huge plus to me, and unless I'm mistaken, that's how the deal is. So you get unlimited. Your only limit is 3 enterprise users, and I suppose this 50 MP4 export per month. That's the only limit I can see. So this seems amazing. The price seems just amazing as well, and as it's the same pricing as before, I was upset I missed it, and now I'm very happy to try it out. So let's proceed with the review now. There we are. This is our dashboard. As soon as we join, I've just literally joined right now. And let's begin by making a Fleeq. Yes, we can create courses, add learners, and we can have a full-grown platform. And it does seem like the interface is very clear. And we can also put our Fleeqs together in categories, just like they do here. These are all Fleeqs. If you click here, there's a Fleeq loading. So that's a video explaining how it works. So we can recreate our own, and that's very nice. But we can also use the Chrome extension that allows us to take direct screenshots in our browser and then sync them in our Fleeq account so that we can instantly use them without having to upload anything. But we don't need to do that right now. Let's create our first Fleeq. That's where the heart of this software is, and that's what we're going to review. All of these things are definite plus, and they're useful, but they have their own use cases, and you might not want to use them. So it's good that they're here, but our main focus is going to be on creating Fleeqs. It does seem a bit slow, but that would be okay. Oh, so we have to decide initially the first language. So this would be if we were to use our own voice or a recorded voice, anything. If we don't want to, this is the auto narration. Let's go with that. Let's begin by, this is useful to decide whether the Fleeq is public, private, or opt-in. Before we add steps, let's see what we have here. Settings. We have captions, which is important. Text direction. So we have right to left as well. Caption controls. Privacy notice. This is okay. Privacy notice. Enable sharing. We could embed code and share on social if you want to. That's very nice. It also looks good. And step by step. So after each step, we can pause just like you would for a slide, for an actual slide. Whitelist domains if we want to limit embedding. As far as audio goes, we have the same setting we had before. And we can replace, and we can also add custom music or Fleeq music. That's very nice. These are the narrators that we have. It's the same as many other places. So let's see, Matthew usually is very
This
good.
is a new step. Do not forget to change the text.
Yeah, you can hear it's a very good voice. Let's go. Let's try perhaps Amy.
Hi, I am Amy, and I can easily narrate your guide.
I'm not British, but that sounded fine.
This is a new step. Do not forget to change the text.
That's also fine. Yes, sometimes I notice they really don't pause enough between, but that's okay. Let's go with Lisa. We can add a CTA if we want to with a custom redirect to either URL, Fleeq, or a playlist. Very nice. I like the possibility. Can enable feedback. Branding. I suppose you could have branding for your whole team on the settings, and this is probably what the default. We can have the custom branding logo. So it adds the description, message, and all of that. Okay, we can configure later. Can also add the chat button. That's nice. And analytics, if we want to have probably Google Analytics, yes. You can also just add on. So, okay, the settings, and they allow us a lot of customization. So now let's just begin. So let's begin. I've uploaded one picture, and we're going to have our test Fleeq with just this one picture. As you see, this is I took a picture of this. This is my screenshot. So we can fit or as we wish, effects if we want to. So this is where we add our narration. We have chosen Lisa. This is our knowledge. This is Fleeq's knowledge base. Captions, duration, we can choose. The step duration should be automatic as long as there is no narration. We can also have conditional flows. I'm interested to see that. Now we're gonna add another step with the same image, and this is nice because we can create folders, so we can have all our images stacked neatly. Now what we want to do is we want to zoom in, and perhaps we want to put an effect here. So we want this to be outlined, and that's where we have our attention a bit bigger. And there we go. It's very easy to move things around and change see, we can easily move the visual even afterwards, as long as we select it. And we can add our effects. So we have added this here. At the top left, you will see a list button. We can then probably duplicate this. This is the duplicate button. So we have this same view, exact same view. And we want to add an indicator. And this is a click. So we want to be clicking on the playlist, right? Click on the playlist button. We want to show this part. We don't want the indicator here. We just want to outline. As you can see, I'm having no issue at all. I've never used Fleeq before. I've watched a video and this feels very natural to me. This is not click on the playlist button, but all the playlist knowledge base related video will load instantly. Okay, that's it. We can save the Fleeq. And this is a test Fleeq for us, so let's save it. Shouldn't take too long, I hope. But I believe when you save a Fleeq, it actually generates the Fleeq itself. It took about 20 seconds. We can probably use it now. So to use it online and offline, we can create an export file, we can create images, videos, and PDF if we want offline. If we want online, we can just add this URL to share it to others. We can have a live article with this, a pop-up, or an embedding line. So if you have a website or something, you can just add this as well. You don't even need to link to Fleeq itself. But for our use case, let's try this link. Okay, the screenshot was not very high quality, so this is what we get.
This is Fleeq's knowledge base. At the top left, you will see a playlist button. Click on the playlist button. All the playlist knowledge base related video will load instantly.
So my material was obviously very low quality, and if you embed it, you would have not a full screen. But it took me all of 3 minutes to prepare this. We did it together. It was my first time using Fleeq, and it went very well, I think. Now what we could do is change it, and that will happen as well. We can also add the translation. So the origin in our case is English. Let's say we want to translate to, I don't know. Let's say we want to translate it to Portuguese. We can either automatically translate it or copy from origin. Portuguese was added. We can adjust the new language. So that means it will prepare the narration for us, but we could change it. So that's very useful either way, because we could have the initial preparation this way, and then we can just change any mistakes that we see. And now I think the Fleeq is already saved. Let's get back to English and let's see how it changed. Let's go for the preview. Yeah, this is better. What we recorded was our screenshot wasn't meant to be full screen.
This is Fleeq's knowledge base. At the top left.
As you can see, the effects are very good. Like the transition between slides is very nice and the zoom looks very good. The player is okay. And we have each slide. So we have our content already listed here. It's automatic with the narration description here. I like that very much. Let's look at Portuguese.
Canto da Fleeq. No canto superior esquerdo.
As we can see, the Portuguese translation was very easy to get and it works well. I don't speak Portuguese myself, honestly, but it feels okay. And we can always change the voice, change the settings, change the narrator. So we have a lot of control here. As I said, there are all sorts of bars here for analytics, courses, so we can organize our Fleeqs in courses, in wiki. We have our search bar, we can embed on websites. But for a moment, let's move to team settings. And that's the last thing I want to check. So we have for each team, and we have unlimited teams, as I said. You can change the name, subdomain of where it is, and we can easily set a scene name to have Fleeq within our own website. And that's amazing because we have that for as many entities as we have. So different brands, different everything. We can upload our own logo and our own logo and icon. And the logo can redirect to our own website, our company's website, whatever. We can add the privacy notice. And for each team, we can have the default settings, default voices, default languages, so that we don't have to change things every single time. We can add our third-party integrations with analytics, so Google Analytics is pretty good. And then the chat software. And that goes for each team. And again, we have unlimited with just one stack. We have 3 enterprise users and unlimited everything else, except for the MP4 export. That's 50 per month. So we are already at the end because Fleeq is as easy to use as I thought it would be. Feels like it can be as useful as I thought it would be. I really feel like I missed a chance before when I couldn't get it. Now I'm really happy it's here. So I'm definitely going to use it, and it met all my expectations so far. As we checked earlier, the documentation is good, the price is great. The only thing is that the communication was a bit lacking. We don't have a list of the new features. We don't have changelog roadmaps. We don't really have much there, not even blog articles. That's a bit lacking, but that doesn't change how good Fleeq is and the great use case it covers. It just makes it difficult to look at it from the outside. We love this, and I'm very happy that it's back on a flash deal. So if you're interested in this, I would suggest you try this out. And we don't know if it will be back again. Thank you for watching. I hope you appreciated the video. If you did, I would appreciate if you like and subscribe. And see you on the next one. Bye.